Alright, we'll do a shorter break this time. So welcome into game number 7 between Clarity Gaming and Team Guns and Roaches. Spawning in the upper right-hand position of Xeris.Prime.TE. It is our... He's not playing Zerg. Excuse me. There we go. You didn't see anything. Playing Protoss for Team Clarity Gaming, it is Equilibrium. And spawning across from him in the teal color, playing Zerg for Team Guns and Roaches, it's their captain, MaestroXC. Maestro needs a win to keep his team alive. Again, we don't know the order of the matches played, but I'm building drama as best as I can. So Maestro needs a win to keep his team alive here. Xeris.Prime.TE. Again, TE stands for Tournament Edition. If you're really interested, there's also SE, which is Second Edition, LE, which is Ladder Edition. If you see those in any of your map names, and we're curious about that. Maestro's a player that's been around since Season 2. He's been captain of Guns N' Roaches, or maybe he's been around since Season 1. Was he captain in Season 1? I'm sure somebody knows. Regardless, Maestro's been around for a while in CTL, and has definitely been an asset to his team. Guns N' Roaches has done very well under his tutelage. I just box drones on my own. I'm sorry if that's distracting to anybody. But Guns N' Roaches, second place team last season, and we'll see if they can replicate that performance or even do better this season. Equilibrium scouting around. I don't think you can actually spawn horizontal on this map, but it's not in the map pool anymore, so but both players actually scouting horizontal anyway. But now Equilibrium up into his base, going to see everything going on. And he hasn't seen... That was actually kind of risky, going for the Nexus first, but he does know it's cross position, so that's relatively safe as far as things go. There's the forge at the front. This is a weird little wall off that you can do. Like, you can completely wall it off with just a forge and a gateway. You can also do some cute little things with cannons, or Equilibrium looks like he's doing something a little bit more able to pass through. I don't know. I'm getting a little tired. So regardless, this looks like it's going to be a fairly macro opening. Maestro making 4 Zerglings. That's probably 2 more than he needs. The 2 are good just to scout around, make sure your opponent hasn't placed down any pylons in your base, his probe isn't hanging out, here or back here. But these 4 Zerglings going to head cross-map and get a little bit of scouting information on his opponent. He knows his opponent isn't over here thanks to the Overlord, but hasn't actually checked anywhere else. And this is always good. You check the watchtowers when you're Zerg. Watchtowers are actually common places to hide proxies and things, just because they're usually in the middle of the map. So it's always good to check, make sure there's not 2 gateways building in one of these watchtowers. And now cannon finished up, gateway finished up. We're watching PvZ, so nothing's going to happen for the foreseeable future. So we'll watch these Zerglings run around the map. Look at how cute they are. I guess we'll go onto the soapbox for a little bit. Skins. Unit skins in this game. They have the like, I think it's Mauler is what they're called, Zergling skins, or Raptor Zergling skins, or something like that, with the tails, and you want that for ZVZ because then your opponent can't actually tell how many Zerglings you have. That's not okay. You should be able to tell. You should be able to tell Blizzard what skins you want to see in game. I don't care if my opponent has unlocked the Raptor skins. I want to be able to play this game fairly and equally and all that sort of thing. So I should be able to choose whether I see this... That's not where you want to put your first zealot. But I should be able to choose what skins I see in game and which ones I don't, or if I see any of them. So Blizzard, please. Blizzard, please. So as we get off the soapbox, Equilibrium is going for a Stargate, going for 3 gateways as well. And this is a nice little opening. We'll see exactly what he wants to do. Oracles are fairly powerful right now. This, I believe, is after the buff to them where they can kite anything that they want to because they're the fastest unit in the game. Except Phoenixes, I think. I don't really know. Regardless, nothing anti-air can catch them, except maybe Phoenixes. again. They're good units. So we'll see if he goes for an Oracle, if he goes for Phoenixes, if he goes for Void Rays, what exactly Equilibrium has on his mind. These cross-map spawns mean that aggression isn't going to be too good. So we should see behind these Stargate units, whatever he chooses to make, we should see him take a third base. Doing a 2-base all-in, go cross-map on this map, it could be good for Century Immortal all-ins. I could see it. There's a couple nice little choke points that you can force field off, but for the most part, it's just not really a good idea to do on this gigantic map. So first, we are going to see a Phoenix from Equilibrium. There's a robotics facility actually to follow up, which is kind of interesting. And we'll see what goes on. Oh, he spots the Overlord right away, so that's not going to be too much scouting information for Maestro. We'll see how far he gets. Oh, actually going to bring the Phoenix over, and he can tell that's a real Phoenix, not a hallucinated Phoenix, because it's doing damage. So now needs to try to take care of some of his... Oh, he actually doesn't have any Overlord spread on the map. He's just got the one. So he's not going to lose too much to this Phoenix. Doesn't mean you might want to make... Yep, Spore Crawlers being forced back at home. Looks like one at each base. Pretty standard stuff from Maestro. Good response, not overdoing it too much. And strangely enough, it looks like Equilibrium is actually just going to stop at the one Phoenix. Usually you want at least 2 so you can pick up Zerglings and things. But just the one for scouting. Oh, there we go. There's the second one started. And actually the Immortal to follow up. This is kind of setting up to be... there's a Team Liquid post about this, the Magic Johnson all-in, the triple-double, the 2-2-2, if you will. And it looks like that's what we might get here from Equilibrium. It's a cool little timing, but going cross-map on this map might be a little bit too much for it. We'll see exactly where Equilibrium goes with this. He actually has a really big supply lead, which is bizarre. Yeah, why does he have such a big supply lead? There's 2 hatcheries going down for Maestro, and he's floating a ton of minerals. I don't know. If you're newer, if you're not sure what I'm talking about, the Zerg player should always have a higher supply than the Protoss player if they're playing even macro-oriented game. Maestro's made a ton of Zerglings. That's kind of a bizarre choice, considering he's seen only Phoenixes. I don't really know what's in Maestro's head right now. Let's see what he's spotted. I don't know. This is a response from Maestro. It's going to kind of work out. You want these Zerglings right now anyway. If you can prevent your opponent from putting down any pylons, or even if he's hiding these, he might try to do a little pure Zergling attack. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Maybe if his opponent got too greedy on the third base, that would be a good timing. I'm not really sure. But anyway, a couple of these Zerglings intercepting some Stalkers, just going to do some damage to them. Not going to be able to run away. Now the rest of the Zerglings headed across the map. He's going to try to delay this push as much as possible. He's actually going to pick off these 4 Stalkers for free, which is really cute. Okay, surrounds the one. Can he go back and get the other ones? Yes. 4 Stalkers go down, and now Equilibrium is going to be forced back into his base. It does look like this is that 2-2-2 all-in, and he'll move out with the second Colossus. 2 Immortals, 2 Colossus, 2 bases. The 2-2-2 all-in. This is kind of a weird variant of it, but regardless, kind of a cool build if you're looking for something to try in PvZ. Usually works just because your Protoss opponent should be trying to defend with Ling Hydra at this point, but Roaches are a pretty correct choice, as well as just massing up those Zerglings. And he's going to delay this as much as he possibly can, and now going to lose a lot of these Zerglings for free, basically. Ooh, can he surround anything valuable? Nope, but he does get out with a couple of the Zerglings. Not a great trade there for Maestro, we see. A little bit worse for him after picking off those 4 Stalkers, basically for free. But it has bought him time, for sure. And we can even see Equilibrium seems a little bit wary about moving out. He's placing down some pylons. Where is this one going to be placed? Over here. That's not the best spot. But here comes the push from Equilibrium. He has a 40 supply lead for some unknown reason. 55 probes to 49 drones, which also shouldn't be happening. But there's 80, count them, 80 Zerglings on the way for MaestroXC. Maybe he's just making Zerglings because he's been floating minerals the whole game. But regardless, that's going to help him out quite a bit. If he can find a way to take care of the Colossus. Oh, delaying the proxy pylon, he actually snipes it. That's really big. That means that the reinforcements are going to have to come all the way from the base. And Maestro's Zergling... Look at the Zerglings. This is a murder of Zerglings. This might be more than a murder. This might go up to a massacre. It's not quite a genocide of Zerglings. Is he going to go for a base trade? He's just delaying this push so much, and he's actually found a Maestro tried to plant a hatchery up here. That's not quite hidden enough. Is Maestro going to go for a base trade? This could be the silliest game. Maestro is headed into the natural expansion and starting to peck away at these buildings. Meanwhile, our Protoss player is headed in with about half of his army. Infestors are out. Fungal growth on a couple of these stalkers. That's not the most valuable thing he could be doing, I think. But more roaches reinforcing. He's actually taking down one of these Colossus. Ooh, nice target there. Can he snipe it? The Zerglings are actually headed back around. He's actually going to intercept this army in the middle of the map that for some reason has been split up from Equilibrium. And the push has been stalled at least. The Zerglings now engaging. Ooh, he's on top of the Colossus. That's not going to be able to get out of there. It's doing a lot of damage, but it's not quite good enough. And the full surround, and Maestro's actually cleaned this up pretty well. Just the army completely split up by Equilibrium is going to cost him pretty dearly here. And even sniping the pylon means that the reinforcements are back here doing nothing. And that was not good. Not good in any way. So now Maestro is headed back across the map. He's got 105 Zerglings in a control group, and they're headed back into the main for some reason. For just a second. Nope, there they go. 105 Zerglings headed across the map. I don't know if we're up to genocide status yet or not. He did manage to kill this base, which is kind of noteworthy, I guess. Anyway, Zerglings in the middle of the map. Find all of these stalkers and surround them. And Maestro is tearing through the stalker count, and now the proxy pylon should go down. 0-2 upgraded Zerglings against the 1-0 of the Protoss. I guess the upgrade advantage doesn't hurt either. There's a Viper on the way. I'm not entirely sure what for. I guess to yoink a Colossus or two into his ocean of Zerglings. Maybe we'll go Ocean of Zerglings. Chat, what do you think about Ocean of Zerglings or other bodies of water? Could do a Lake of Zerglings, maybe even a Puddle of Zerglings at some point. But now some Corruptors headed out. Those are going to be good for Colossus. He's got a Greater Spire on the way at this point, which is a little bit ridiculous at this stage of the game. He's actually got a ton of larvae, and choosing to make 34 more Zerglings to add to his ocean. Now what does Equilibrium do? He's sitting back, adding on more gateways. He'll be up to 9 gateways on 2 bases, as well as a Twilight Council robotics facility and a Stargate. He's trying to make Void Rays and Colossus, which is a great combination, but not if you've already lost your entire army once. Zerglings, of course, don't kill Void Rays particularly well, but Corruptors do okay. Zerglings coming up. He gets a surround on the ground army. There's no Void Rays out yet. First one just finished up and is headed in. And this ocean of Zerglings is just collapsing. The waves breaking over Equilibrium's base. And the Colossus being targeted down by a couple of these Zerglings. Zealots are all gone as he powers in. Not great surface area through here, but he's managing to make it work somehow. And now in come the Corruptors, which will take care of that one lone Void Ray. And Maestro is crashing through Equilibrium now, knocking him out of Equilibrium, as it were. And I'm not sure exactly what Equilibrium plans to do. He's warping in Zealots and Void Rays. And also another Nexus at the third base, but that's going to be spotted by all the reinforcements. Zealots on the ramp fighting for their lives, for their kinsmen, taking down a lot of Zerglings in the process, but I don't think it's going to quite be enough. The Natural Nexus being targeted down, these Corruptors are actually on top of it, just camping the Stargate. Frickin' campers, man. Ugh. Zealot's actually trading pretty well. I mean, there aren't very many Zealots. Oh, he's trying to bait them down the ramp. Not quite going to happen. He's actually going to take care of these gateways, which is nice. The third base did go down. I didn't see if it was cancelled or not, sorry. And Zergling's running past the Zealots up into the main. This should be all for Equilibrium. As these Zealots get taken down, he still has 1,000 basically. But there's GG. Well played from Equilibrium. And MaestroXC, after all of those puns, has taken down Equilibrium and brought another win back for GnR. Oh, poor Equilibrium. Sorry, team. That's actually really good team spirit bonding things. But MaestroXC, the captain, takes the win for his team, bringing them back from the brink. It's now 4-3, but Guns N' Roaches needs to win the next 2 games still. We'll head into Platinum game number 2 right after a short break. You're watching Chobo Team League, casted by Maestromatic. Oh, it's Guns N' Roaches. There we go.